Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, guys, and thank you, ma'am, for the opportunity. So, guys, our from Group 1 explain about the current situations of English learning in EFL and ESL countries in China. But before that, please introduce ourselves. I am Rizky Amelia Rendin Rompis as a moderator, and my friend Rizka Juliana Malahika, Rasmi Basri, and Chindar Danu M. Saleh as the speaker. Let's take a look at the table of content. Table of content. Okay, from number 1 to 8, which will be covered. Okay, let's go to our first speaker.
Okay, thank you. Now I will present to the positive points of English growth in China. Let's begin. 1. Educational advantages. The first is access to higher education. English proficiency allows Chinese students to study at top international university. Uh, and the second is an improved curriculum. Policies like Belt and Road emphasize global communication skills. The third is the expansions of the English education industry. Private institutions make English learning more accessible. Two, economic benefits. The first is higher earnings. English proficiency leads to better paying jobs in foreign companies. And the second is regional development. Coastal areas like Shanghai thrive due to export-driven commerce. Three, social cultural impact. The first is global connectivity. English connects China with the world politically and economically. The next is motivation for learning. Business, social needs, and access to information drive English uh, ac- acquisitions for policy and strategic shift. The first is policy evolution. The government focus on practical communication skills over exam-oriented learning. And the second is the Belt and Road initiative. English support cross-cultural cooperations with partner countries. So the conclusion, English growth in China boosts education, economics, social connectivity, and global strategies. Okay, next. Point two is challenges for native speaker or in as teachers in China. The first challenges is visas and regulations. Only NS from official English-speaking countries are prioritized, making visa processes restrictive. And the second challenge is language and culture. NS often struggle to adapt to China road-based education system and face communications barriers. The third challenge is high expectations. School and parents demand quick improvements in students' speaking abilities, adding pressure on INS. The fourth uh, challenge is teaching methods. The communicative approach of NS may clash with China exam focus teaching style. That's all from me. Thank you. Please continue to Rasmi.
Okay, the next is challenge for native speaker or non-native speaker or NNS teachers in China. The first is discrimination and preference. Lower salary, limited job opportunities. Many schools and institutions in China prefer native speaker over NNS because there is a perception that NS is superior in teaching English. As a result, And as teachers often face a lower salary and limited job opportunities compared to NS teachers. And the second is accent and pronunciation. Need extra effort to prove speaking and teaching skill. One of the biggest challenges is accent and pronunciation. Because these NS teachers are not purely English, so they have to work harder to prove their speaking and teaching skills. They need to show that even though they are not NS, they can still deliver high quality English instruction effective. And the third is stricter qualifications. More certification and experience is required than NS. To get a job, an NS teacher usually have to meet more requirements that non-native speakers teachers. They are often asked to have a higher certification such as TEFL or TESOL, with more training hours as well more teaching experience to be considered competent. And the fourth is cultural adaptation. Just like native speakers and native speakers teachers, non-native speaker teachers also have to adapt Chinese culture and education system. This includes how to teach, interact with students, and understand the expectation of the school and parents. Teacher salaries in China. Teaching in China offer varying salaries depending on background, experience, and work location. The following is an overview of the salary differences between local teachers and foreign teachers, especially English teachers. The first is local teachers. Local teachers in China with 20 years of experience just get around 30,000 40,000 yuan per month. This salary is much lower than foreign teachers, even though they have quite a long experience. The second is foreign teachers. English. Foreign teachers, especially those who teach English, have much higher salary. 10,000 until 22,000 per yuan per month. Depends this experience and qualification. Apart from big salary, they also get amenities like free airfares, insurance, and accommodation. The third is regional difference. Teacher salaries are also greatly influenced by location. Beijing rata-ratanya itu dapat 181.240 RMB per year. Dan di Henan itu rata-rata 73.598 RMB per tahun. Dan in general, teacher salaries in big cities like Beijing are higher because the cost of living there is also more expensive compared to small cities. Teachers who work in big cities also can enjoy bigger salaries, but they also have to prepare higher production to afford daily needs. Okay, that's for me. The next is student level.
Okay, the next student level. The first, primary education or elementary school. Grades 1-6. The subject taught at this level include basic subject, Mandarin, mathematics, science, and moral education and citizenship. Mandarin, learning Chinese grammar, reading, and writing. Next, mathematics, introduction to basic math concept like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Next, science, topics on daily life, plants, animals, and basic concept of physics and chemistry. Next, moral education and citizenship, teaching value, ethics, and duties as citizen. The second, secondary education, middle school and high school. Middle school grades 7 and 9. The subject taught at this level include basic subject, Mandarin, mathematics, science, history and geography, English, physical education, and arts. Mandarin future study and the language include classical and modern literature. Mathematics, more complex mathematics include algebra, geometric, and statistics. Next, history and geography, world history, Chinese history, and world and Chinese geography. English, development of speaking, listening, reading, and writing skill in English. Physical education and arts, sport and arts as part of physical and creative development. Next, high school. High school such as advanced mathematics, Mandarin, social study, English, political education. Advanced mathematics, advanced in physics, chemistry, and biology, focusing more on theory and real-world application. Mandarin, in-depth study of classical and modern literature, as well as essay writing skill. Social study, subjects like economics, world and Chinese history and sociology. In English, development of speaking, listening, reading, and writing skill in English. Last, political education, understanding political ideologies, particularly in the context of China. Last, higher education or university. University at this level, the material vary greatly depending on the chosen major, ranging from engineering, medicine, economics, to the arts. University programs in China also often involve research and practical projects to prepare students for the workforce. Education in China is highly structured and focused on building a strong foundation in basic knowledge, as well as character development through moral and civic education. Next, English textbook. English textbook in China typically cover a range of topic and language skill. For example, reading and writing, listening and speaking, grammar and vocabulary. Reading and writing. Reading and understanding various texts such as short story, poems, and articles. Writing for academic and personal purpose, such as writing letters, reports, and essay. Next, listening and speaking. Listening to and understanding various texts, such as conversation, lecture, and news. Speaking for communication purpose, such as news, discussing, presenting, and sharing experience. Grammar and vocabulary, understanding using correct grammar and vocabulary in different contexts. Some examples of English textbook include New Haven English for Oxford English, and Cambridge English. Next, some example of content discussed in English textbooks in China relate to topics such as pedophilia, cohabitation, gender, and LGBT. Oke, mungkin saja itu dari saya. Saya kembalikan kepada moderator.
Okay, the speaker next from the material. 5 solutions to address ELT challenge in China. Number one, addressing visa and regulation issues for in-age teachers. Number two, bringing language and cultural gaps. 3, managing high expectations. 4, improving English textbook content. And the last, supporting teachers' professional growth. Okay, guys. So, thank you and moms. Thank you, moms, for listening and watching our presentations. Sorry if there are any mistakes. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.